This is me talking about the patch. Alright, Chro, start it, now. Alright. So, I have a keen eye for patch notes today. And so let's go over them. It's kind of funny because when I stated that, I was like, hey, these Overwatch April Fool's patch notes, some of these are legit. And a lot of people did that, said that. And, well, sure enough, it kind of came true. So, Baptiste Bio Launcher, AoE heal down by 10, but if he directly hits people, it's an additional 20 health. So that actually gives him quite a good burst heal if he hits his targets. I like this change, of course. You know, a little more skill. I like that in the support. But this is the weird one. It's like they wanted to nerf Immortality field, but they don't understand like exactly how it works and what bonus it provides. Or I don't exactly have the data Blizzard does, which is completely possible. So now protects teammates to a minimum health of 10% instead of 20%. The problem with Immortality Field, or its feature, if you will, is that it's designed to punish damage that is not followed up on. Now, if you're at 20% health or 10% health, doesn't fucking matter. Because whatever doesn't kill you at 40 health probably isn't going to kill you at 20 health. Usually you're just going to die or live no matter what damage comes in. So while it is a nerf to the field, I don't feel like it's a proper nerf because it doesn't change its usage at all. Oh my god, I can see. All right, back to not seeing. So what the problem is, and where it comes down to, is its usage isn't changing, and it's not really that much weaker. In fact, I would actually say it's a little bit stronger. Why? Well, now Baptiste can heal people from 10% health to full instead of 20%. So when he starts healing when everyone's taking damage, supports are actually getting more and more support altage, or alt percentage, with this change. Now, for the people who are like, it should be damage resistance, like on the April Fool's patch notes. And I would say, I do like that better, but maybe one of the new supports coming out in Overwatch 2 is damage resistance utility. In which case, they don't want people to step on other people's feet, especially in support category, right? Everyone should feel pretty unique. If everyone had damage resistance and healing, then they would all kind of feel the same overall. But with this, it's like, all right, Baptiste, Immortality Field stops people from dying. That's a very unique feeling. That's that's his uniqueness. Now, when I said maybe Blizzard has data that I don't, maybe they actually ran the numbers and they saw during all the things they've seen that they're like, oh, people get away from Immortality Field with like 10 health, and we're just going to make it so they can't do that now. Now, if they got the data to back that up, fuck, that's great. But for the most part, when I see people get away, they get away with health. That's all. It could be a nerf if there's enemy team. Yeah, exactly, Raccoona. There has to be pressure placed upon Immortality Field, but even then, I still think the difference between 10 and 20% health, what is that for tanks? So at 500, they're going down to 100 health, and now they would go down to 50. Okay, that's a bit more significant, yes. At the same time, if you don't follow up immediately, then supports are just going to heal it, and they're going to get more ult. So, maybe it does open slightly more things, but at the same time, I don't know if it's going to make that big of a difference in a majority of it. I would say no to the point that 10% is very easy to shoot down. Easier to punish than it is to escape. Maybe I'm a casual scrub, though. You probably are. But I value your opinion, even though you're a casual scrub. And that's what we're all about here. We'll see how it works. I'm not going to say it's not a nerf, but I'm going to say it's probably not as crazy as a nerf as everyone says it is. That's all. That's all I'm getting at. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't think it's crazy. D.Va call mech damage 50 to 250. I like this. The reason why I like this is maybe call me bitter about Junkrat's passive, the bombs that drop on death. But if an ability does fucking nothing, don't have it in the game. So D.Va's call mech did 50 damage. Like, haha, look, she did 50 damage. But at the point, it's like, look, let's make it fucking matter. If you're going to have something in the game, make it matter. Make it useful. So this I'm fine with, and yeah, I can get damage boosted and shit from what we've seen, sure, but is it going to be a very rare case that this happens? Yeah, but if it does, it's going to be hilarious. Kind of like Junkrat's passive. So I have no problem with this being added, and I do like it, and I wish they would buff Junkrat's death mines, or at least change them, because sometimes it mostly does more harm than good, at least with this. Well, I guess it could do more harm than good. If D.Va's the only one left, you let her call her mech. You take the 250 damage, you get healed from it. It's very close. Actually, it's this. Junkrat's is 300 damage, right? It's 6 times 50. Echo. Echo finally gets a nerf. Holy shit. When duplicate ends, Echo will return to the health value she had prior to activating the ability, or to 100 health, whichever is higher. So, when she comes out of it, she's at least going to have 100 health. This is such... it's such a bullshit thing to give to Echo, because it really doesn't affect what she's incredibly dominant at. Yeah, Birdie B says it's something. That's correct. It's something. That's what I can say about this. The truth is, I think she should go down to 50 or 25 health, whichever is higher. I still think she needs more nerfs. I think she's just way too good. She has Junkrat's level of DPS against shields. Not counting her amazing laser ability and how fast it is and how fast she is and how mobile she is and how more reliable her damage is over Junkrat's. And that's without headshots. If you count headshots, she does double what Junkrat does in DPS. It's absolutely insane. I still think Echo is way too damn good, and the only thing keeping her not from seeing abusive right now is how good McCree is. I still think Echo needs other nerfs than this. I would like to see it where she's vulnerable during transformation, and if programmatically, like, they can't do it because the system, like, literally can't allow it, then make her come out of ultimate with 1 second cooldown on all abilities. I know people would say that would kill her, but I'm like, look, if she's getting 2 ults off from a single swipe as Reinhardt, like, fuck. Who cares? Like, if she gets nothing and then she fails her ult, then she should die, right? Sounds a lot like Junkrat, or Pharah, or Reaper, or a lot of other heroes. Right now, if she fails her ultimate, she just flies away and then gets it back really quick. She has crazy damage. Moira, orb, cooldown reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. Sure. That's all I gotta say about that. Sure. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but again, okay. Orisa, halt, cooldown reduced from 8 to 6 seconds, and now with the reduced AoE, I'm cool with this. It does give her more control in a way that's, it's just not as annoying as like a McCree stun or anything. Like, you see it coming, you can dodge it. It is a light pull. I wish they would get rid of the slow afterwards, and I wish they would have done this buff and then make it so it doesn't slow you afterwards. That's all. Reinhardt loses the 50 extra armor. This is just because it's been Reinhardt meta. They want to nerf him without throwing him into the tank. And they don't want to nerf Lucio as well. So this is, I guess, their way of just saying, like, hey, look, we're making Reinhardt a little bit shittier. We're making Orisa a little bit better. And again, they're making Roadhog even a little bit better. So Roadhog gets a 10% damage increase. This takes him from 150 damage to 165. Okay, I mean, this is just going to make him a bit more reliable, a little bit more consistent against the Anas and the Lucios and the supports. I like it. I'm all for a buff for Hog. I have no problems with that. Yeah, I like Hog doing a little more damage. And that's the thing, like, I wish they'd do this to Junkrat. I wish they'd give him the 130 damage back to Junkrat. And if for no other reason than having Junkrat have an identity that's like, oh, all those things that take 3 shots for most other heroes, Junkrat does it in 2. I like it when heroes feel a bit different from the other ones. When everyone has the same damage, just in different methods, I think it sucks. It's kind of stupid. It reminds me of old RPGs where they're like, oh, a sword does 10 damage, but a dagger does 5, but attacks twice as quick. And you're just like, it's the same fucking thing then. actually have a difference, right? So I really wish they'd push for a lot more changes like this that make each hero feel different. As for Sombra, she gets her... Basically, I think this is one of the changes that she got on the April Fool's patch. So she enters and exits stealth a lot quicker. It's 0.3 seconds quicker, so it's almost like a 50% reduction. What is that? $25? It's like a 30-40% reduction. I don't know. I can't read that number too well. I can't do math very well with one eye. And then the movement bonus increase from 50 to 60%. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm cool with that. It indirectly helps EMP in its cast time, I think. Yeah, it would, because she gets out of... Yeah, you're basically going to hit EMPs 0.3 seconds faster. So, yeah, I'm fine with this. Sombra's not used, like, at all. She's just... Well, I know in Overwatch League she's a lot stronger when you have that coordination and someone not having abilities like a tank. I mean, it's death for the entire team. And it's 40% faster. Thank you. But on the ladder... Why the fuck would you ever play Sombra when you can just play, like, Soldier, or McCree, or Ashe, or Widow, and just kill people instead of hacking them, right? If I'm going to right-click people and kill them, might as well do it with damage. Might as well not fuck around with the whole hack and hope my team follows up on it. I skip a step, and I just kill them myself with damage. So, I think this is a correct way to go about Sombra for right now. I think this will make her a little... Well, it's going to make her a little bit more common on the ladder. We'll see what the implications are, you know, Overwatch League when that actually happens. But, again, when people start assuming stuff about Overwatch League, just let me remind you that everyone said Hog Zarya wouldn't be a tank composition when Hog got buffed. They're like, oh no, Ana just shits on him, all these other heroes just shit on him, there's no way you can do anything. Like, if you run Hog Zarya, we're gonna fuck you up every single time. I believe it was Jake that actually said this, and all the other pros said the same stuff. And then people ran Hog Zarya, and they proceeded to fuck everyone up. And they realized Hog was so strong that nothing could be done against him. And at that point, you're like, oh, I guess people really don't fucking know what they're talking about. And that's true most of the time. When something does massive damage and you're like, that's not usable, find a way to make it usable and no one will touch you. Yeah, but overall, I like the changes. As always, like, this has been my sentiments for, like, the last... fucking half a year with Blizzard changes. I like the direction they're going. It's just a little slow. Me personally, what we saw in April Fool's, that's the type of patch we should be seeing every 4 to 5 months. Maybe even 3 to 5 months. That just completely grabs the game and just goes, alright, cool, figure it out. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping kind of happens more often. Do I ever see them going to that way? No, I think they're too scared about, you know, babying the Overwatch League and stuff like that. Tank players say these changes are god-awful. It's funny because this helps tank players, except for Immortality Field. But, again, it kind of helps tank players as well. Call Mech, this is a good change for D.Va. Well, it's not a good change. It's a buff, no matter what. Like, it's a good thing. Echo gets nerfed. That's a good thing for tanks. Moira gets buffed. A good thing for tanks. Whenever you buff a support, tanks just have an easier life. Orisa got buffed. Reinhardt down to 200 damage or 200 health, so 500 in total. That's good, right? All it is right now is Reinhardt, so this is a fine patch. Roadhog gets buffed, and then Sombra gets buffed as well. The only thing you could say that tank players say, oh, these patch notes suck, is the Sombra because they're going to be getting hacked more. That's about it. But everything else is pretty much a tank buff. Or it's good for tanks. Yeah. No, it's good. Can't complain. Except for this damn eye in my eye. Alright. I can see again.